Welcome to Voices of CFMA, Construction Financial Management Association's podcast featuring conversations with our members. I'm your host, Kate Platt, CFMA's Marketing Manager. August is CCIFP month at CFMA, and this month I am joined by the 2021-22 Chairman of the Certification Board of Trustees, Pat Cebelak. In addition, he is a CCIFP and CPA, the president of the Triangle Associates in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and the former chairman of CFMA from 2013 to 14. Thanks for joining me, Pat. Let's get into this.
Sounds good.
So let's start at the beginning. How did you get into this line of work?
Right out of college, I went to work for a large public accounting firm. And over my years there, I started having more and more construction industry clients in my bag of tricks, and really wanted to step up my game. I loved construction. I loved the clients that I had in the industry. I loved their entrepreneurial spirit, but I needed something more. I needed more education. I needed more knowledge in the industry than I was getting by just serving them. And I thought that CFMA was an opportunity for me to expand my knowledge base. At the time I left the CPA firm, I went to work for Granger Construction as their controller. And that was just a stepping stone in furthering my career.
And how did you find CFMA? What brought you to the association?
Sure. So like I mentioned, serving construction industry clients, I needed to strengthen my knowledge. I was looking for opportunities to do that. There was internal education, certainly, that you could get at different places. But I was turned on to CFMA by a colleague of mine, and I had joined a Lansing chapter meeting in 1999 and just immediately gravitated towards the education, the networking, and getting involved. And I think with anything that you do, whether it's professional or personal, if you're going to spend your time and get involved, you need to jump in the deep end of the pool, go all the way. And I just embraced not only being a chapter member, but then helping out and absorbing whatever learning I could as part of my CFMA journey.
And you certainly jumped in with 2 feet, and you've been a little bit a part of everything, I feel like.
Yes, I have. I think that once you start volunteering, you start getting back more than you give in. And I think it was just something that the more that I got involved in, the more that I did, the more positive returns I started to get, not only just from a pure experience, but people and little tidbits here and there. And it was very rewarding.
Excellent. So you are very passionate about becoming a certified construction industry financial professional, or earning your CCIFP credential. Why are you, and why should people in the industry be this passionate?
I just remember clearly one of my first conferences, Herb Brownette stood up in front of the whole membership at the national conference and promised that 1 year from that day that we were going to have a certification exam and we were going to get certification up and running. And that just spoke to me from a standpoint of, having been or being a CPA at the time. I thought that, having a certification program that could, legitimize, my experience and kind of recognize my commitment to construction financial accounting in the industry was really important. So, I think it raised, my stature within the industry, my stature within my company, just like I got my CPA certificate. I think the CCIFP does that. And it's a it creates a path for the younger generation of folks, who are getting involved in this business, in this industry. It gives them something to strive for. It gives them a credential that they can, utilize throughout their career to sell their expertise to their companies. And it, legitimizes their knowledge base of what it takes to be a construction industry accounting person.
And now a message from our sponsor.
Profix Software centralizes all your financial data, including ERP, CRM, HR, estimating, and project management for a complete view of company performance. Contact Profix to learn how we can help better manage your project's cash forecasting, WIP reporting, margin fade, and equipment utilization.
That's fantastic. I mean, your passion and the need for this is so apparent, because when you take a look at the exam, it hits those 8 domains. And I mean, how often you as a construction financial professional are you performing those 8 domains? I mean, it is your whole job.
Absolutely. From day to day, you don't necessarily use, you're not in each of those domains or each of those areas every day. But as a construction industry financial professional, you wear a lot of hats. Sometimes you're involved in risk management. Sometimes you're involved in the details of accounting. Sometimes you're involved in HR. Sometimes, you may be the head janitor and broom sweeper, but those many hats are something that a CCIFP has to be aware of, have expertise in, or have knowledge base in each of those. And you apply it, from day to day, just depending on the circumstance and what the situation calls for. And I think that not only being a CCIFP, but being involved in CFMA just creates a more well-rounded professional that's able to tackle those things as they come at you.
Well, thank you for explaining the importance of the domains, because I think sometimes when you look at that, it's a little overwhelming, but when you break it down, CFMs and other professionals really do touch on all of it.
Absolutely. It's a multifaceted career path.
So what is the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
I think as a younger person, I know that I had a tendency to, react sometimes in a snap, instant type of way. And the best piece of advice I got was from one of my mentors, Pat Cebelak. And basically, it was just when you have a difficult situation, when you have, somebody kind of coming at you, formulate your thoughts, formulate your ideas, maybe formulate your response, but, hit the pause button, take 24 hours, utilize a 24-hour rule before you, in a passionate, maybe angry, maybe frustrated situation, don't react right away. Take that 24 hours, pause for a second, give yourself a chance to think about it, maybe cool down, maybe realize that your initial emotional reaction isn't the best reaction. And then after that period, reread or rethink what you're doing. And if you still feel that way, fire it off or call that person or react in the way. But, a lot of times I think that 24-hour rule, cooler heads prevail, and you end up with a more balanced and professional response that probably is going to put you in a better spot with the person or with the situation that you're reacting to. So take that 24-hour rule before, responding to somebody in a very emotional, passionate situation.
That's great advice. And what advice do you have for someone new to the industry?
Embrace it. Construction is, not just your regular accounting. It's complicated sometimes. It has unique language. It has unique features to it. Embrace it. Get involved. Find the, local chapter of CFMA. Get a mentor. Find somebody in the industry that has experience that can mentor you and be a guide for you. And the skills and the job and the expertise and the networking that you'll experience as you grow in the business will just, be the building blocks and enhance your skills so that ultimately, you can become that well-rounded construction accounting financial professional that ultimately, with a little seasoning and some passion and desire can sit for the exam, become, certified, solidify your knowledge in the industry, and ultimately earn the credential that you can promote and utilize to sell yourself, not only within your current company, but as you grow and learn and move in the industry. So make sure that you do, a lot of things to touch the different parts of your organization and motivate yourself with others in the industry so that you can learn and grow from them as well.
That's so much advice that just funnels so nicely into, achieving your CCIFP.
No, I believe, this industry certification that we're talking about today, CFMA, as the, kind of the backbone of how I got here. Those things have been very, very beneficial to me in my career and helped me get me to where I'm at. And I wouldn't be the professional that I am today without CFMA and certification. It has been a cornerstone of how I've got to where I'm at.
Well, that is the highest compliment that CFMA can receive, because just looking at your career professionally and with CFMA and through certification, it is impressive. You are an example of what you can achieve with CFMA.
Absolutely. And I appreciate all that have come before me and made it happen, in the association. Not only my fellow members, but, the hardworking staff like yourself who put their blood, sweat, and tears into making certification in CFMA what it is today. And I know that it'll change and grow, and it's in good hands, and, it'll survive and last over time. And it's a great group and one that I'm proud to be a part of.
It's just getting better, Pat. We're bigger and better.
Yep, absolutely. I agree with that.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me. And if you're looking to learn more about earning your CCIFP, check out cfma.org/CCIFP. And for more information about CCIFP month, check out cfma.org/CCIFP-month. And make sure to join us in September for Suicide Prevention Month, where we'll be speaking to Tracy Fenolio about the Suicide Prevention Committee and getting involved with prevention efforts. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe and share on social media. And if you're interested in learning more about the Construction Financial Management Association, check out cfma.org.